Hey, welcome back to On the Ground. I'm Shannon. So, in the last episode, I made a brief video of the new camera I got, the phone, and just like a test video. Well, I've been looking at it a little bit, so I was looking at the camera settings, and I was able to set the format, the file format to ProRes. Uh, so it's 48 megapixels. So hopefully the 4K video is being shot in that. I don't know if it's just for the camera or photography or for shooting video. I noticed that when I set it to that, on the phone itself, it seemed to change a little bit. So especially with the lighting. So we'll see. So this is another test video, really. I was just so tired yesterday. I'm still tired. It was hard to finish that video. And that's why it wasn't that long. And today I didn't wake up till after 4, which I was kind of upset about because I needed to get some things done today, and the whole day pretty much passed me by. Which again, that's like I mentioned before, that's what I deal with my work schedule. So it's already dark outside. I'm still waking up. Ordered some Jimmy John's, but that's the drawback with my job. You don't have much of a life outside work, which I mentioned that in my early videos of can't work your life away. I mean, you need an income, you need to work. It's a man's responsibility to work, but it's just when it comes to factory work and manual labor, a lot of these factories, they ask a lot of a person. Of course, 12-hour shifts is not the norm. 8-hour shifts is norm with overtime on weekends, but still just 8 hours. You have 10-hour shifts and 12-hour shifts, but most factories, if it's a 12-hour shift, it's you work 3 or 4 and you have 3 or 4 off. But it's not 12, 12, 12. Where I work, there's only 2 shifts, a first shift and a second shift. 12 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours. They keep the factory going, production. It's not necessarily a bad work environment. Like I mentioned before, the pay's good benefits and stuff. It's just it don't leave you with a lot of time to do a lot of other stuff, whether it's just simple, normal, everyday things like cleaning your apartment or house, or doing laundry and stuff like that, or going to the store, or you don't have a lot of time for extra activities of any kind, really. Just like for my situation, I didn't wake up till 4, but my job is so physically demanding that by Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, depending on the time of year, you're usually just too tired. I mean, you just did a lot of physical manual labor, so your body's just literally physically tired on the weekend. So it's frustrating and it's a struggle. People oftentimes say, well, I just get a different job, but I've been working for over 20 years. worked in a lot of different places. It's not always that simple. It's not that easy. You do look for a job, but you already know what you're looking for. If you're looking to switch a job, and at this point in my life, I don't like starting a whole new job over. It happens. You have to do it sometimes, but a proper opportunity needs to present itself. A person knows what they need. It has to be convenient. I know life's not easy, but convenience, when I say convenience, is if I were to find a new job, the transition from the job I have to the other one has to be, a relatively straightforward, simple transition and change from one job to another. It can't disrupt income, benefits. You don't want to have to deal with any unnecessary setbacks or whatever that might present. So that's not too difficult to resolve. But if it requires you to relocate or something like that, that may present other challenges. So I've been there before, so I know a number of things that's involved. Sometimes you don't have to relocate, sometimes you do. Then there's other factors, like if you're applying for a new house or apartment or loan or whatever, that your job, if you just change jobs, it may be difficult to acquire that new resident because they require you to have been working at your job for a couple of years, and if you just started, you don't have that. You might have the income, you might have the money, and even credit if that applies, but you might not have that same job established. So that's something that you have to consider too. And obviously in my situation, I'm only interested in like a first shift schedule. I did all like these other schedules, different shifts, and unless it pays near what I make or more with the same benefits and stuff, or equivalent benefits. Obviously, full coverage medical insurance and stuff like that's a requirement. But I'm just not going to option for another second shift job. So unless a first shift position is available somewhere for me that makes that job, practical and convenient. There's a night and day difference, from first shift to second shift. Like I said, I don't wake up till it's dark outside. I can manage to get a few hours of sleep, but it depends when I go to sleep. I've tried a lot of different things, and there's a lot more to it than you think. It ain't as simple as just getting to bed early and getting up early. It don't work that easy. I've tried that. It don't work for me that way. But a lot of people don't go through it and they don't experience it, so they don't really understand that whole process. So that has a lot to do with why I haven't made no previous videos, why I haven't been doing anything, and it being winter time and the weather and stuff. I haven't even got around to doing stuff that I planned to because, well, it's already dark outside. Me going to put that camera up, it's not practical in the park at nighttime. Really, once you wake up this time of day, you're you're not very interested or motivated to do anything. That's another thing, because when you wake up, you're still going to feel drowsy because it's dark outside. You know, you need that daylight and sunlight to help wake you up. And, you know, the only other remedy really for that is something like caffeine or something of that nature to help wake you up and get you going. But, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. But, so I changed the settings on the camera. I'm trying that out. I didn't notice any differences when I plugged up the microphone. But, I'm gonna try to see. I haven't fooled around with it. You know, I'll probably, on my break at work and stuff, I'll probably take a look at it. Since I'm at work most of the time. Fortunately, this time of year it's a slow season, so I get off a little early, but it doesn't really change my when I'm awake and when I'm asleep schedule. But I have more free time, but it's just at night time most of the time. Word of advice, if you can option for a first shift schedule, it'll make a lot of things much, much easier. Life's already challenging enough. It'll make a lot of things more easier. A schedule like this, it's very time consuming. You don't have time for much. You know, you don't see daylight that often. It's a lot of hard work. Not only are you physically tired, and you know it's dark outside, so your brain chemistry is producing more melatonin, so you're not waking up in that respect. And you know, a lot of stuff's already closed. The day's done past. You don't even get to enjoy daylight. So, that's what it's like. You know. Working. I've worked at a lot of jobs, but first shift schedule, you know, it don't matter if you work 12 hours or not. It's way easier in a lot of ways. I've been working this job almost 3 years, about 2.5 years. Next month will be 2.5 years on this schedule. Like I mentioned before in my previous videos, I work like 3 40-hour shifts in 2 weeks. So in 2 years, I've worked 3 years, basically. So I know what it's like to work hard. Definitely put the hours in the time. But, so, you know, me making YouTube videos is, you know, if I put effort into making them. But I have other stuff to do, but it's another thing. You know you have stuff to do, but, you know, it depends how I feel. I'm just not going to put myself through all the trouble on top of everything else, you know. So a lot of times you just need the whole weekend just to recuperate for the next week. It's a lot of manual labor. A lot of people don't make it. A lot of people don't last as long as I have. They just don't. They won't work that hard for that many hours. You know, they give up on it. They say it's not worth it, which I don't disagree, but you know, you need to know for sure that you have another secure job, because that's another thing. When you start a new job, you do not know what kind of environment you're going to get yourself into and whether it's going to work out or not. But your existing job, you know what you're dealing with. So, an experience has taught me this. You need to know if you're going to switch a job and your source of income, and you know you're doing it all yourself. You got to make sure that everything is going to be addressed, all the issues, everything you're aware to take into consideration. People who are married and have relatives and family to support them and help them in a situation like that, way easier. When it's all you, you gotta make sure that every box is checked on your checklist. But so I'm checking out this camera right now. I'm still in the process of evaluating that. I still plan to wash the polygene material, show you how I do that. I was thinking about doing it tonight, this evening, but I don't know if I'm going to or not. It just depends how I feel. Like I said, it takes me a while to wake up. It's harder, it takes longer to wake up when it's already dark outside. But it's hard to get up too during the winter time because it's cloudy during the day. But and I got been thinking of maybe making some videos on me doing work to my truck. That's another thing I've considered, which I mentioned in the past. But my job makes it difficult. But if I can work out a schedule and a plan to do that, then I'll make videos about me working on my truck and restoring it, mechanically wise. It's not so much about aesthetics. Some aesthetics will be addressed, at least initially. We gotta make sure it's running properly, it handles safely and properly, and that all major mechanical applications are working properly. Your engine, your transmission, your heating, your cooling, your fluids, your braking, your suspension and chassis, your handling, your steering, all your major components. But as far as like a paint job or dents or scratches, things like that, maybe what you call superficial stuff, that's not the priority. We gotta make sure it's functional. So if I decide to do that, I'll make some videos on that. I know this video is just kind of me rambling on, which it's just to, reboot my channel a little bit and get this camera sorted out so that it's recording videos like I wanted. That was the whole purpose of me getting the camera. So the phone, I primarily just got it for the camera and the convenience of it being a phone. So I know it has a better camera than my previous phone, but I'm just trying to figure out how to get the most out of it. So this is Shannon from On the Ground. I'll get back with you. Next one maybe will be, a better entertaining video than this one. But that's where I'm at with it. But it won't be too long before it's time to go shed hunting. And maybe we'll get back out, like I said, to Tiffany Bottoms and get some more footage of that place and see what my findings are there. And maybe we'll set up some cameras and do some more scouting in the area. The weather's not been too bad this winter, at least so far. We still got the rest of this month and next month, which is usually where we get the extremest weathers in the winter, but it hasn't been that harsh of a winter. There's a bad winter cyclone, but that was it around Christmas. But The weather's not like it used to be, that's for sure. So, well, this is Shannon from Underground. I'll see you guys later. If you haven't clicked the subscribed, or if you want to post a comment in the comment section below, feel free to do so. So, I'll see you again next time here on the Ground.